What if your beliefs about food mattered as much as the food itself? Yale scientists gave people identical milkshakes, 380 calories each, but they lied about the calories. One group was told theirs was indulgent with 620 calories, and the diet group thought theirs was sensible with 140 calories. The outcome? The indulgent group had hunger hormones drop 3 times more than those who ate the sensible shake. Same food, different beliefs, and different biological outcomes. Hotel maids also lost weight, elderly men reversed biological aging in a matter of days, and people were far more likely to develop a disease, all because of their beliefs. Hi, I'm Dr. Autumn Smith, and in the next few minutes, I'll demonstrate that your mind can control your biology and give you 13 steps to use this power. But first, here are some of the studies that changed the way I thought about the link between my beliefs and health forever. First, let's start with the famous Mind Over Milkshakes Yale study I talked about earlier. Researchers gave 46 people identical shakes, each 380 calories. But here's the trick. Half were told it was an indulgent shake that came with this label, and the other half was told it was a light and sensible shake and came with an entirely different package. Biologically, they should have responded the same way, but that's not what happened. The indulgent group's hunger hormone, grehlin, dropped dramatically, signaling satiety and metabolism increase. The sensible group barely budged. It was the same shake, it was the same calories, and 2 opposite biological responses. Why? Because their belief about the shake told their bodies how to react. Biology literally followed psychology. Study number 2, hotel maids lose weight by changing their minds. Next, let's talk about a study that shows how your belief can change your body without a single change in diet or exercise. Now, researchers studied 84 hotel housekeepers. These women were on their feet all day, cleaning 15 rooms, lifting mattresses, pushing carts, but most of them didn't think of their work as exercise. So researchers told half of them, your job is exercise. In fact, you exceed the CDC's recommendations every day just by doing your work. That's all. Nothing else changed. And 4 weeks later, that group lost weight, dropped their blood pressure, and reduced body fat. No gym or diet plan, just a shift in perception. Think about that. They were already doing the activity, but believing that it counted changed their bodies. So what activity could you perhaps give yourself credit for today? Let me know in the comments below. Study number 3, reversing age with mindset. Now here's where it gets almost unbelievable. Harvard psychologist Dr. Ellen Langer conducted what's often called the time machine study. She took 8 elderly men to a retreat set up to look exactly like 1959. For about 1 week, they lived as if it were 20 years earlier, surrounded by magazines, TV shows, and music from that era. They listened to Jack Benny songs on a 1950s radio, watched Ed Sullivan on a black and white television, and even dressed like it was 2 decades prior. They spoke about the past in present tense, carried their own bags, and acted like younger versions of themselves. And the result was after just 7 days, these men showed measurable improvements in posture, strength, memory, arthritis, vision, and even hearing. They didn't just feel younger, they tested younger. And they looked measurably younger to people who were shown pictures of them. No medication, no special treatment, just mindset and environment. Study 4 is about the unfortunate reality that labels and our beliefs about them can harm us too. In a massive study of over 8,000 people, those labeled pre-diabetic were significantly more likely to develop diabetes than those with nearly identical numbers labeled normal. The difference in blood sugar was basically 0.1%, almost biologically meaningless, yet the label changed their health trajectory. Other research shows people developed cold symptoms just from believing they were exposed to a virus, even when they weren't. And elderly people who perceived their health as poor more likely to die than those who believe their health is excellent, regardless of actual medical status. So yes, belief is powerful and sometimes dangerously so. Study number 5 is about vision improved by belief. Now, researchers asked 103 students to pretend they were pilots. The role required sharper eyesight for safety, and incredibly, during the experiment, their eyesight actually improved. Think about it. Their biology shifted because of imagination and what they believed. Studies also show 60 to 90% of medical treatments depend at least partially on the placebo, the belief that it will work rather than the actual intervention itself. And we've all experienced this, our mind controlling our biology, even in daily life. We get butterflies before a big talk, we blush when we're embarrassed, we get sweaty palms on a first date, or just try picturing biting into a juicy lemon. Yes, it makes me salivate too. My point is, your thoughts don't just live in your head, they show up in your body. And when you know how to leverage this power, we can learn to shift our body from survival to a stress state, or to a healing and reparative one that improves so many aspects of health. So here are 7 steps to using your brain to improve your overall health. Step number 1 is to know your power. We often hand our health over to doctors, but only you live in your body every minute, and even just feeling more responsible for ourselves has been shown to improve well-being as we age. So embrace the power we have to create health and start building a repertoire of habits like regular exercise, social engagement, healthy food that will help you work toward vibrant health every single day. Step number 2 is pay attention to variability. Dr. Langer calls this the most important skill, and it's just noticing that symptoms fluctuate. Even in chronic pain or fatigue, you'll notice moments where it eases. So notice it. Ask, what was different? Did you sleep more? Did you stress less? Did you eat differently? Run little experiments and stay attuned to your body's feedback. Track your energy, your sleep, digestion, cravings, and mood. Notice the patterns. What makes you feel better? What makes you crash? This practice alone has helped patients with multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's, and when you realize that symptoms aren't fixed, change becomes possible. Step number 3 is trust your body's healing power. In addition to the well-known placebo effect, a famous medical story provides evidence that belief can drive healing. A man with advanced cancer, tumors the size of oranges, was given weeks to live. Doctors gave him what he believed was a miracle drug. Within days, the tumor shrank. Later, when he heard the drug was ineffective, the cancer roared back. Doctors gave him another placebo, calling it a double-strength version. The tumor shrank again. When he finally learned it was all a placebo, he died within days. Extreme? Yes, but it shows that your body has healing powers that activate when your mind believes. So approach every meal as medicine and remind yourself, my body knows how to heal. Step 4, remove toxic food beliefs. Many of us carry food guilt and toxic thoughts like, I'm bad if I eat this, or I blew it, that flood the body with stress hormones. Now, stress chemistry actually makes digestion and metabolism worse. So instead, observe your thoughts around food without judgment and ask different questions. Will this nourish me? Am I being present? What is my body trying to tell me right now? Your mindset about food can matter as much as the food itself. Step 5 is make pleasure and relaxation regular medicine. Have you ever noticed that when you're on vacation, you can eat almost anything and feel fine? Why? Because stress melts away and pleasure and relaxation are metabolic medicine. So try one of my favorite exercises. Write down 10 non-food pleasures. Music, walking, dancing, reading, whatever it is you love, schedule at least 2 of those activities every single week, making relaxation part of your daily routine or at least your weekly health plan. A relaxed body digests, repairs, and burns fuel more effectively. Step 6 is reframe stress as strength. Now, stress isn't the enemy. It's your beliefs about stress that matters. In a large study, people with high stress who believed it was harmful died younger. But those with the same stress who saw it as helpful had the same life expectancy as people with very little stress. So when life throws you stressors you just can't control, instead of thinking, this stress is killing me, try, this stress is preparing me. Reframe it and stress becomes less detrimental and maybe even helpful. Step 7, know your why. What would having better health or a better relationship with food allow you to do? More time with your kids, more energy and passion for your favorite projects. What do you want more of in life? Keep this in mind. Write it someplace you can see every day. And most importantly, if you're able, don't wait to start moving in the direction of that life. Don't hold your happiness hostage. Add elements of that future life into your life today. Okay, now let's get super practical and talk about 6 eating psychology tips and how to build a better relationship with food. 1 is know why you're eating. Before you grab food, pause. Am I physically hungry or am I bored, stressed, or lonely? If it's not hunger, meet the true need. Take a walk, drink water, call a friend. Many times we eat out of routine and convenience or to avoid something rather than because we're actually hungry. Number 2 is a pre-meal ritual. Now, before every meal, take 3 deep breaths. Just inhale for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 2, and exhale. This signals safety to your nervous system, allowing digestion and healing to activate. Slowing down can dramatically improve nutrient absorption. Number 3 is eat with awareness. Now, research shows distracted eating reduces nutrient absorption. So when you eat, Put the phone away, chew slowly, smell, taste, notice each bite, the flavors, the aromas. Now, the mind phase of digestion, called the cephalic digestive response, is responsible for about 30 to 40% of nutrient absorption and digestion. So mindful eating can dramatically improve your nutrient absorption. Number 4 is shift your food language. Your words matter. And if you're having trouble making dietary changes, replace "I can't eat this" with "I choose not to right now." Or swap "I have to eat clean" with "I get to nourish myself." Language rewires your brain and can make you feel empowered rather than like a victim, which will likely make it easier to stick with changes long term. Number 5 is add before subtracting. Restriction for some can trigger panic in the brain. So instead of cutting out foods, focus on adding colorful veggies, protein, water, nutrient-dense meals, even after meal movement. When abundance leads, feelings of deprivation can fade. Number 6, practice 80-20. So nothing is perfect. Your eating will never be perfect. So forget perfection. Aim for my 80-20 rule. 80% nourishing foods and 20% foods for pleasure, or 90% nourishing and 10%, and indulge without guilt. Progress matters more than perfection, and guilt can be toxic. So meet yourself with compassion, question your behavior with curiosity rather than beating yourself up, and choose to focus on the many positive choices you've made rather than the slip-ups. So what does all of this mean? It means your brain is in the driver's seat of your biology, and every thought, belief, and meal can be an opportunity to improve your health and flip the switch from survival mode into healing mode. So slow down, lead with curiosity, and notice your body's feedback. And when symptoms shift, run experiments and empower yourself. And please know, I'm not suggesting you can think your way out of every illness or that illness is your fault. Life happens. We simply cannot control everything. But science shows your mind can dramatically shape outcomes, and that power is worth leveraging. So if this shifted how you think about health, hit the subscribe and join me every week as we dive deeper into the mind-body connection. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these studies surprised you most? Which symptom will you start tracking? And leave it in the comments. I read every single one, and I love connecting with this community. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.